Observations and E-Column, Volume 1, Number 2. Romney, Pants on Fire, Before, During, and After the First Debate, by E-Columnist Audrey Randolph, author of Necessary Oneness, available via Amazon.com. October 20th, 2012. Romney's pants seem always on fire, and we saw him still seemingly on fire during the first presidential debate of October 3rd, 2012, which many say he won for his combative style, not for what he said. Style, not substance, seems to have given him an edge, but Romney was a smoking bully. Romney tried to deceive the very elect, but he must be known by his fruits. A fact-based message should be the main criterion to determine who wins debates, not just who was the most combative. Romney is not just a flip-flopper, he is a compulsive dissembler. He omits or twists facts. Consider Romney's 4 M's presented on Frontline, The Choice 2012, viewable online via pbs.org. The first 3 M's are Mormonism, Massachusetts, and multimillionaire, which Iowan politician David Gross questioned him about years ago, in which Romney did not want to discuss because he wants to hide these facts. Among others, number one, Mormons did not begin to accept African Americans until 1978. Many people consider Mormonism a cult. Mormons teach that all other churches are not legitimate, and forefather Miles had 5 wives and 30 children. Mormonism clearly seems to favor men, not women. Number two, when he was governor of Massachusetts, Romney issued 800 vetoes. Almost all were overridden by the Democratic Massachusetts legislature. And to destroy Obamacare, Romney has ignored his own Romneycare. Obamacare was modeled after Republican Bob Dole's plan and included some aspects of Romneycare. And number three, Romney has money. He is wealthy, a multi-billionaire, having $250 million. His tax payments are quite low. He doesn't want other things to surface, including how he got his money via his company doing leverage buyouts and labor fights and job terminations to facilitate outsourcing and huge profits. And consider the 4th M, multiple choice Romney, that was coined by Ted Kennedy. When Romney says and does that then, but says and does this now, what will he say and do later? No one can truly know. But what his actions reveal is that he is so desperate to be president that it seems that he will say and do anything to win. Consider Romney's attempts to get women to vote for him. The twisted stats that women in poverty have increased during the Obama administration leave out the fact that many of these are workers, the working poor, whose employers are purposefully paying them low wages to qualify them for food stamps, which Romney also says has increased under Obama. These employers are profiting by abusing both women, relegating them to poverty, and the government, siphoning guaranteed assistance. And this did not begin under the Obama administration. Also consider the tan he had when he appeared on Hispanic television Univision for Meet the Candidates on Wednesday, September 19th, 2012. One observation is telling. His face was darker. Why weren't his hands? And when we consider an article in the Huffington Post, a question looms. Is reality or truth relative for Romney? One thing is certain. He does not want to suffer the same fate as his father after his utterance of brainwashing on August 31st, 1967, that seems to have caused him to lose the presidential race. And Republicans, especially Romney, want to be in the president's chair. And there is an old saying, if a person lies, he will also steal. Let us not let Romney steal his way into the president's chair. Let us be careful with our voting rights, especially with attempts to suppress the vote in Florida and in Virginia with the voting machines that are being used to cast votes in upcoming elections. Voters will remember that Chan and remember other things as well. And doing arithmetic is important, as President Clinton said. During the debate, Romney expressed disdain for trickle-down government. And the next day on Fox News with Sean Hannity, he fed the flames around him when he said he was wrong about the 47%. But we voters can do arithmetic. Trickle-down government equals code for the 47%. That is, if A, trickle-down government, equals B, code for the 47%, then A is B. Trickle-down government still advances Romney's dislike of the 47%. and Romney himself trickled down $400 million from the federal government to Romney Care. And when he explained at length his staunchly held belief about the 47% of his private speech, he engaged what I term extended utterance. It was from his heart, with no farting slips. No matter how he tries to conceal it, truth will continue to rise, as it always does. Romney's ethical, logical, and emotional proofs fail because of his history and because he dissembled, using his dissembling to attack with glee. And when President Obama described himself on October 10th on the Tom Joyner Morning Show as just too polite during the debate, he also implied that Romney was just downright disrespectful. President Obama held his tongue because he didn't want to repeatedly say that's not true. Time will reveal that Romney actually dissembled himself. While standing in front of the Constitution, he used his new term, trickle-down government, wordplay on trickle-down economics, and code for the 47%. He fails to understand that our government is of, for, and by the people. At the end of the debate, he was really looking like a child bully with a smirk on his face and a bounce in his stance. And it seems that utterances are characteristic of the Romneys. Number one, Romney's father uttered brainwashing in 1967. Number two, during a private gathering of millionaires in Florida on May 17th, Romney engaged in extended utterance about the 47%. Number three, after the second debate on October 17th, Tag Romney uttered on a radio program that he wanted to swing on President Obama, but the Secret Service was around. And he also uttered that his dad was terrified before the debates, then changed the slip to his father has butterflies before the debates. 4. Finally, Romney's wife on The View on October 18th gave a planned utterance in an attempt to change Romney's high-risk, sharp-tongued description of the ladies to sharp and young. We heard what we heard, and it is as it was. In the worldview of Romney and Ryan, almost half of us Americans, the 47% for Romney and the 30% takers for Ryan, have been excluded. Unlike President Obama, who can sing Al Green's I Am So in Love with You, 47% of us Americans would have to sing to Romney Bonnie Raitt's I Can't Make You Love Me If You Don't. No matter how much he tries, Romney could never make believe that he loves all of the people enough to serve as President of the United States of America.